Beaverton, Oregon. People come out this way, they think everything is just beautiful, perfect, the trees, the mountains. Well, there is some amazing things about Beaverton, Oregon, but living there personally, there are some major drawbacks to living on the west side of Portland, Oregon. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you an honest look, somebody who's not born and raised in this area, who moved and relocated here, my true thoughts and opinions of Beaverton, Oregon. This is going to help you to realize, hey, that is a fit for me, or heck no, Beaverton is not a fit for me. So if you want to learn the true pros and cons, the good, the bad, the ugly about Beaverton, we're getting after it right now. What's up, everybody? Jackson Wilkey here with the Real Agent Now group right here in the Portland Metro. If this is your first time to this channel, you want to learn everything about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, live, play, and those pros and cons of Beaverton, then make sure you tap that subscribe button and you click the bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. We honestly get so many phone calls, emails, texts every single day from people moving, relocating here. We absolutely love it. So thinking about moving anywhere in Southwest Washington or Portland, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back with moving to the Portland Metro. All right, so I'm going to just be laying it out there. This is not like, everything is perfect. These trees are perfect. The houses are perfect. It's just awesome. I really want to give you an honest perspective. I fully understand that you're more than likely making the move to the Portland Metro. Now is trying to figure out what area fits you best. I was in your exact same shoes, a few years back. And so going through all these different sections, telling you the good and the bad is only helping you to find that perfect spot. Now, we've done this with over 100 different clients in just the past 2 years. So we're getting really good at figuring out the perfect spot for you. But let's go right into Beaverton, Oregon. All right, so in this video, I'm going to start out by giving you 5 of the pros, and then I'm going to finish giving you 5 of those dirty cons. So if you want to learn the bad parts of Beaverton, you're going to have to stay tuned. Number 1 on the list, I'm going to throw it out there. And again, I don't want to steer in any way. I'm not allowed to. But when I look at Beaverton, personally raising my family there, it's a safe place. I like that. Now, I'm not going to go through all the numbers and the data. You guys are probably already doing that. But just in general, telling you, hey, I like living out there. I feel safe. I can allow my kids to ride down to Progress Ridge on their bikes, alone. Whether you like that with your kids or not, I don't really care. But I feel safe. They ride to their friend's house. There's parks galore, that they can go just right down the street. So I truly feel it's a safe area. You're going to hear of, crime here, crime there. I think that's basically anywhere in the world right now. But overall, generally, you're not going to be like scared going, walking at night, going down to the Progress Ridge or to Cedar Hills or anything. In general, it's a pretty safe area. And I think so myself, raising the kids here. So the second pro, you got some of the highest paying jobs, not only in Beaverton, but in the whole Portland Metro. With the Nike World headquarters there, if you look, some of the job postings are, 150, 200,000, for some of these jobs. So, working your butt off and being able to, work at a place like that, plus Intel is just out to the west of that. So there are some super high paying jobs. The other thing is obviously, through and after COVID, work from home so people can actually live Beaverton, Hillsboro, Aloha, some of these areas out to the west side of Portland, be close to downtown, enjoy all that stuff, but not pay those prices. And you're going to have some high quality jobs right in your backyard. So the job situation out on the west side is really what has just blown up everything. If you look, south of Beaverton into the Tiger, Tualatin, and then out west, Aloha, Hillsboro, all these areas are just erupting. And they call Hillsboro the Silicon Forest. So that is an area we're seeing a lot of people move and relocate to. So we're going to talk a little bit more about those areas here in a bit. But as for jobs, you definitely got a lot of high-paying ones. So the third pro is its affordability. Now, I'm going to say that and get blown up in the comments. It's so freaking expensive here. Yeah, it is. The crazy prices, right? We're seeing this across the nation. Obviously, we're talking with real estate agents everywhere. This is happening, especially these areas people really want to live. If you want the nature, the outdoor activities, the moderate, climates, then Portland, Oregon has all of that. And so we're going to see the prices increase. But there's also things that you have to realize when it comes to the prices of the Portland Metro. Hey, we're half the cost of Seattle and we're a third to a quarter of the price of San Francisco. So when you think about, these major cities across the West Coast, we are still the most affordable. Now, these prices are starting to shoot through the roof. The whole west side of Portland, from the Hillsboroughs, Beavertons, Tigers, they're all, super active, sometimes 40, 50, offers on one house. But the affordability is there. You can still get into good family-sized home, in the 500,000-600,000 range. But what I want to do is not compare it to Seattle, not compare it to California. I want to compare it to its brothers and sisters right next door, right? Brothers, sisters, I guess you can call it that. But, everybody comes here and looks at places like Lake Oswego, West Lynn, even the northeast and southeast sides of Portland. You're going to find it quite a bit more affordable out in the Hillsborough and the Beaverton areas than you will Lake Oswego. And yes, you move down Lake Oswego, you're going to have everything. That's one of the top areas on every single rank that you can read about. But, your affordability there is not, that's starting to get priced really, really high. Basically having budgets, starting at 800,000-900,000 to be in that area. So you're going to pay for it, but Beaverton allots that, in Hillsborough, Aloha, even going out as far as Forest Grove out to the west side, you're going to be able to stretch that dollar quite a bit farther and have a lot of the amenities. You're only 15, 20 minutes from, going to Lake Oswego or to downtown Portland. So your affordability, not only to the Seattles and the Californias, but even just some of the other top suburbs, you're going to find a little bit more affordable in Beaverton. So number 4 on the list, this is something that I really noticed. Locals aren't going to, but I think you will when you get here. I come from northern Idaho. So born and raised North Idaho. We didn't have diversity. We had one African-American kid who came in middle school. That was the only one. He was there 6 months and gone. He was my buddy, Elijah. If you're out there, man, I miss you. But that was it, right? Came to Portland, Oregon, and I know people say, well, that's not that diverse. Compared to what I was used to, is very diverse. My children's classrooms are filled with multiple different nationalities, and I really enjoy that. Here's the other thing. Your neighborhoods are going to be filled with that too, and I love learning from people from all around the world, all in different countries, different everything. So I do feel, personally from what I was raised on, that the whole Beaverton area is very diverse. Now, you do have Nike and Intel and other high-paying jobs, so that's bringing people from all around the world here. And I see it as a major advantage to, learning other people's cultures and to have that sense of diversity in the classrooms and just out in the community. Number 5 on the list, you got so much stuff to do. When I moved to the Portland Metro, I remember driving through, Progress Ridge, South Beaverton, and seeing these giant, strip malls, these 50, 60 shops. And I come from Idaho. You didn't have that. And I like my space and my mountains. And I remember going, oh, dude, I dread the strip mall. I can't stand all these shops. It drives me nuts. It took about 2 to 3 months to realize this is the handiest thing that's ever happened to me. I have movie theaters. I have, Big Al's where you have bowling alley, arcade games, all that stuff. You have all your grocery shopping with new seasons. Ace Hardware's, Petco's, everything is right there. There's even a pond that you can go fish on. Me and the kiddos go and hit the lake and we go catch, fish out of there. There's really everything. Plus, sidewalks on both sides of the street and parks every half mile. For us, there's just so much to do. We love being able to head just out to the west of Beaverton and you start getting out, South Roy Rogers Road, and you get into wineries and farms and, pumpkin patches. Plus, you can head just right in between Hillsborough and Beaverton. You're going to head up into the mountains there. Right, there's hiking trails galore with views of all of those cities. So there's a lot of hiking. There's secret trails just right in Beaverton, close to downtown. And that's what we love about it. You really can just do anything. You don't have to drive so far every time you want to get out and just go do something. And it allows your kids to be able to just go out and be kids, go explore in the woods. We like to go down into the creeks and well, I say crick, I get beat up about that, but go down and catch crawfish, wade in those cricks and catch bugs, whatever. So I think for kids, it's just an incredible area. There's so much to do, and I think you'll find that there. But let's flip this on its head because there are some serious cons to living out in Beaverton, Oregon. So let's start with that. Con number 1, there is zero downtown. Zero. People think of Portland and walkability and all these things to do. That's really the Pearl District downtown or the northeast, southeast side. When you get into the west side, there is zero downtown. Everybody, we work with hundreds of clients and, they'll look, Beaverton, that's got to have a sweet little downtown area. There's nothing there. In fact, if you go downtown Beaverton, Oregon, there's one place I'm going to force you to go to, the substation, the Beaverton substation. It's a sandwich shop, been there since like the 70s. It is the best sub sandwiches you'll ever have. Funky little building. Other than that, close to downtown is Cedar Hills. That's going to be your biggest shopping center close to downtown Beaverton. Because like I mentioned, there's no real living in downtown, and there's no like shops, restaurants, bars. You got to go just to the north of it to Cedar Hills. That area in just the last 2 years, even since I've moved here, has completely gotten a facelift. That's one of our favorite areas to go. Me and the wife, me and Shadi, we like to go to Westgate. It's a whiskey frickin' bar, whatever you want to call it, but they have the big library ladders that go all the way around. They have a wall of like 50 feet long with hundreds of different whiskeys, 30 different beers on tap, and by far the best appetizers you'll find in all of Beaverton. So check out Westgate. Our other favorite restaurant right in Cedar Hills is Wildfin. I think they got some of the best food in all of Beaverton. So you do have the restaurants and all that stuff there, but it's more of like those shopping centers, right? And there is no downtown. So you're going to go to either Progress Ridge in the South Beaverton area or up to Cedar Hills. That's the two main areas. There is zero downtown. Other than that, you got to, cruise into downtown Portland to get that feel. Con number 2 is the traffic. It's like a small town traffic, right? This is happening up in my old hometown in North Idaho in Coeur d'Alene, where it's not like the major freeways and highways, which, yeah, those are getting bad too, but it's the inner city traffic, the little arterial roads that get backed up. I mean, sometimes you're waiting 3-4 lights just to get through. There are so many people moving to the Portland Metro, and you got to realize that this is not a city that's flat, right? They didn't like build these perfect north, south, east, west grids. They kind of did on the northeast, southeast side, but on the west side, you got mountains, rivers, all that stuff. So, I mean, a lot of windy roads, and it's tougher for them to develop that out and widen everything. So they are doing a better job, but you're going to find that just kind of the traffic in the neighborhoods and the small arterial roads are going to be congested. Plus, yes, heading out, 26, some of these other major freeways around in the Beaverton area, especially, around that rush hour time, you're going to be pretty well backed up. The third con I see about just Beaverton in general, again, I may get beat up about this, but I don't really care. As for sports, we're huge sports fans, and especially for our kiddos. I don't like the Beaverton sporting as well. We do a lot of the Tigard youth sports. They are so much more like well equipped. A lot of the games are right in Tigard. If you play in the Beaverton one, you could be traveling 30, 40, 50 minutes like all over for little football games, soccer games, whatever. So I have found that the Tigard youth sports is a really, they do an incredible job. Beaverton's getting better. And as more and more kids and the new high schools, a new high school that came out inside a couple years ago, they're starting to play there. That's helping out. But yeah, some of the sporting for the kiddos is a little bit just rough around the edges. So you'll find that. But again, once you get here, you start talking to neighbors, meeting people, and it's not just the sporting events, but just activities for those kiddos to do. I would really start leaning on the locals and the parents there who've been through a lot of this, and they'll tell you, yeah, actually go sign up for this league. That's what's going to help you. Number 4 on the list. This one irks me. They have removed Halloween from the schools. They call it like a harvest day and a harvest party, but there is zero dress up. There is no more allowing kids to just wear a costume. I think somebody got their panties in a bunch, and you can blow me up in the comments all you want about, religions or whatever it may be, but they've taken it away, and our kids do not get to live like a superhero for a day. Now, obviously, we get to go trick-or-treating at night, which is amazing, but, that was one of the coolest things as a kid, getting to dress up as who you want to be and walk through the classrooms, and you didn't know the meaning of it, man. You just got to dress up like a superhero. So I'm super bummed they took that away. I think those people should stick with their own business. If they don't like it, they can just not show up that day, but you will find at the schools, it's not going to be there. Good thing is they haven't canceled Halloween and trick-or-treating, so we go kill it at night. The 5th con that you'll notice about Beaverton, a lot of the houses are old. I mentioned, hey, there's no living downtown Portland or Beaverton, Oregon, but just to the south of that is some of the earlier neighborhoods. And we actually have people who gravitate towards those who are, hey, you know what? I want, kind of that split level home, an extra bedroom, and a bigger lot, right? You may have that gravel driveway on the side of your house to park your RV, your boat, your trailers. That's typically what we see there. Most of the South Beaverton area is kind of where I reside. A lot of the houses were built like late 90s, early 2000s. So a lot of these things haven't been remodeled. You're going to have the tile countertops, the old wood cabinets and white appliances. So they are building tons of new construction on the southwest side, and that's actually where the urban growth boundary just moved out a little bit. So the whole Roy Rogers Road in between Tualatin, Sherwood, and Beaverton, they're going to be building thousands of new homes. But a lot of the homes that you find in actual Beaverton, if you're looking there, are older homes that need a little remodeling. So if you don't mind putting a little sweat equity in, you can get ahead with your equity just like that. But a lot of people are doing a great job, going in and kind of not flipping them, but remodeling them, living in them a couple of years and selling too. But you will notice, at least for our taste, that late 90s, early 2000s, that was kind of a brutal time period. I'm not a big fan of the tile countertops, but hey, maybe you are. So you will notice that, but they are building a lot of new homes. So Hillsboro, Aloha, out to the west of Beaverton, that's where the majority of the new construction is going. And then the southwest side of Beaverton, Oregon, if you look at Roy Rogers Road, that's where thousands of new construction homes will be going to if you want that more turnkey style. The other thing, I just got to throw it out there. Check out the drip. You're going to meet somebody. They're going to get you into Nike. You get into the employee store, so you get all the stuff before it hits the shelves at 50% off. It's amazing, but you end up spending thousands of dollars. But that's the other coolest, biggest pro is getting into, Adidas, Columbia, and Nike, some of these major sporting, clothing, and get it half off. So that's the pros, cons. We've literally helped over 100 clients move, relocate to Southwest Washington and Portland Metro. This is what we do. We figure out what you like, what you don't like. We can start listening to you and we go, I know the street that you're going to love. I know the exact neighborhood that fits you. Let's go, right? This is what we've perfected. So the only way we can help you find your perfect spot in the Portland Metro is you got to reach out. You got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends. We got your back when moving to the Portland Metro and Southwest Washington. And until the next video, guys, we'll catch you later.